Welcome everybody to Both Sides of the Conversation. I'm John Henry, Executive Director. Tonight is Tuesday, so you know what that means. Is another segment of Hidden Gems, and what an epic show we're going to have tonight because we have our young people. And anybody out there that know me know I'm all about my young people, supporting them, uplifting them, inspiring them, motivating them, getting them to do the things that they think they can't do. So tonight we have some phenomenal young people that's going to come on. We're going to highlight them here on this platform, and we're going to get this thing started shortly. But before we get started, I just want to say hey to community. I know today the verdict came down. I know the tensions was high. Things are kind of easing around, but we're not where we need to be yet. But today the verdict went out. The officer who murdered George Floyd was convicted today and found guilty. There's still a sentencing part and some other things that still need to happen to further deal with this police brutality in our communities. I still think that we need to push the issue when it comes to having police have insurance, taking away some of the retirement and pensions when these type of incidents happen, so that doesn't continue to happen in the future. Part of accountability. And for those who followed the trial, there was definitely a lot of things that I learned about the trial and some of the immunities and some of the different things and loopholes that officers are still protected when they do these type of heinous acts against human beings. So definitely, we still have a lot of work. We're not there. This is justice for our family. There's many families that still haven't received justice, and these type of things are still happening. So a lot of way to go with this work. But community, we have to stand together, keep pushing our elected officials, keep sticking together to get change. But definitely a sigh of relief today for community and people as people went out through the day. I know we was on the edge. Way to go to the jury just to get that done and out there quick before the weekend. Just phenomenal job with that. With that being said, this is Both Sides of the Conversation. I know that court trial has been something. First time in my lifetime I've ever seen officers step up and take a stand against another officer. And I think in the community we have to also take a look at it and see it's our time as well to step up and some of these things that we're not dealing with or stepping up to in our community, we have to do a better job. We have to hold ourselves accountable for some of the things that happen in the community as well. This morning, unfortunately, a 1-year-old was murdered in Oakland due to a shooting, whether it was gang related or whatever it was. We lost another young person to senseless violence, and as community we have to do the things that we need to do as well to protect our young people. And when these type of people are in our community doing these type of acts against our young people, we have to stand up as community. We can't allow these type of things to continue to happen. Way too much of it. But we're going to continue to work to unite the community, work with our young people, work with people in the community, so that we can curb some of this, and hopefully with some of the resources and things that's coming down the pipeline to help community out, things will get better. But it's a one day at a time approach. Nothing's fixed overnight, but we're going to continue to push and do the things that we need to do. So just excited about that. And then here at Both Sides of the Conversation, just want to thank our phenomenal team for all the work that they're doing, the long hours and hard dedicated work that they're doing to impact the community intentionally, and their love for the community, making sure that you all get the information that's needed, make sure that we have these phenomenal conversations and these educations to help uplift our community the best way we can. And with segments like tonight, lifting our Black and brown business up, highlighting our community leaders and people that are doing phenomenal things in the community, and then our young people that you all will see shortly here that are doing phenomenal work in this pandemic in their educational realm and their community realm and with their families. We have to highlight them and support them as well, and let them know that we appreciate them stepping up and doing the things that young people need to do and being responsible and handling theirs. So just excited about that. And then to our community partners, I know you guys are seeing the logos. We are connecting with our community organizations. We are just going to be doing some phenomenal things in the future. I mean, what we're going to do to impact our community has never been done, and it's going to get done because we're here at Both Sides of the Conversation. We are part of changing the narrative, making sure that the things that's going on in our community is being heard from our voices, and we're going to continue to push and make sure that narrative is changed, whether it's good or bad. We got to talk about it all here at Both Sides of the Conversation, but our job is to help that narrative and make sure that the things that are happening positive, like these young people here, are highlighted so people understand that there are some amazing things going on. But just want to shout out YCD, Black to the Future, 100% College Prep, SF Rebels, a lot of people that's doing phenomenal stuff. And then shout out to Uncle Stank and Collective Impact and for the work that they're doing. It's just great to see community coming together and having great leaders who have wisdom and experience working with community, and definitely giving me a lot of motivation and inspiration to continue to keep pushing this platform forward and making sure that I'm doing the things that I need to do to help impact this community. So I'm just looking forward to working with a lot of these community organizations, making sure that we help change the narrative of our community organizations and making sure that they understand that they have a role as well to make sure that our community is connected, the resources and services are available, and making sure that we all doing what we need to do to make sure that information is getting the community in a timely manner and the way that community needs to handle it. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and just start moving into tonight's segment. I'm going to bring up Mr. Shell from 100% College Prep. Want to thank 100% College Prep for all the phenomenal things that they're doing. To Shell, the team over there, Deontay, Javier, Miss Diane, phenomenal things are happening. We impacting our youth, and I'm just blessed to be a part of working with some of these youth, mentoring, helping them. You all know this is what it's all about, and just want to thank the staff over at 100% for the work that you are continue to do to impact our community and giving our young people the information and the guidance that they need to take their life journey up to the next stage and going to college and doing some of the things that they're doing. So welcome tonight, Mr. Shell, as we jump into tonight's segment, our hidden gems with our young people from 100% College Prep.
Thank you, John, very much. Hello, world. Today is a different day for us, but the students are here to highlight what they have done and achieved post-pandemic, post the trial, post everything. So it is with great admiration that I bring up our first student. But I guess I'll tell you about the organization. So 100% College Prep is a nonprofit in the heart of Bayview, Hunters Point. It is an after-school program, but due to the pandemic, we shifted all gears and we became a community hub. Within that hub, the first two students that you see, they come and they do their homework, they use our internet and our resources, and they give back to the community. The last two students, these are our seniors. Our seniors is here doing their final for Step to College. 100% College Prep and San Francisco State concurrently have a Step to College program where students can earn 6 transferable units to any college they want. So that's our organization. The first student that we're bringing up name is Jermaine. There's only one Jermaine at 100% College Prep. He runs everything in and outside of the building. He is our fact checker and my everything. He has been a student of 100% College Prep since he was a 6th grader. He has maintained honorable grades and attendance in school. He has held 2 jobs, went to cooking school, supports his mother and sister, and speaks up for students at the Youth Commission in San Francisco. Jermaine is just getting started in life, and anything he puts his mind to, he can do. John?
Man, phenomenal young brother. That smile, man. You take it away from my smile with that beautiful smile. I've worked with this young brother. Just happy to see you here, watch you go through your steps, and I'm just happy to be a part of it. I know you have many people working with you, from your family to different people in 100%, and I'm just happy to be one of those people to help with what's going on. So with tonight, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions because I always like to ask our young people questions and understand where you guys coming from, where you at. So tonight's the first question I'm going to ask you is, how are you? And then tell us a little bit about yourself, Jermaine.
Hi, everybody. My name is Jermaine Fulgham, and I attend 100% College Prep pretty much about 3 days a week, I'll say. And pretty much I do and look over everything over 100%, pretty much how all the kids come there every day, pretty much when, before the pandemic even really was like, going to where it was like, a lot of things going on. I feel like going to 100% really took a lot of where I come from and a lot of places that I see outside in the outside world, and getting my mind pretty much straight on board to school and trying to elevate my life and trying to get somewhere in life to a certain point to where I don't need to ask people for nothing. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to do certain things to put yourself somewhere when you can do the right thing and get somewhere in life. So, yeah, that's how I'm doing.
So my second question, glad to hear all the things that you're doing. Phenomenal work. I'm proud of you. I see you in there doing the things you're doing. Second question I have tonight is, what and who helped you succeed in school? I want to know some of the people, family. I know for sure, but who and what are some of the people who help you succeed in school?
Okay, I'm gonna say everybody. I'm not sugarcoating. I'm gonna say everybody. So my first person that I feel like my whole life has really kept a part of me in school so I can be a better person and I can make it and succeed in life is my auntie Ashley. And I want to thank her a lot because even when I was younger, from like the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, and the eighth, and before that, you know what I mean? Like, she has really put like a demeanor in my mind to where I need to go to school. And I feel like that's where everybody sees that from me from my auntie Ashley. And the second person, she's my favorite. Mr. Shell is like the really the number one all around best person to have in your life, pretty much. And I really want to thank her because she has helped me in numerous amount of ways, pretty much. And one of the real reasons why I love Mr. Shell, I'll say, is because I had an incident in my life, pretty much of like, police brutality and the things that they do is like really takes a toll on certain people, especially seeing it all over the internet, especially because of George Floyd and all the things that's going on in the US. And she's really like helped me through that whole experience. So I want to thank her and give a shout out to her because she's like the main man when it comes to a lot of things people need. Um, my third person I want to thank for helping me really in my life is everybody in the community at 100% College Prep itself, because we've came a long way. That's number one. We really came a long way with our journey of really how we wanted to move things, how we wanted to get an understanding of how we want all the kids that come to really get an education and really start doing things that's going to elevate your life so you can be a better person at the end of the day. And yeah, that's really my main thing on that.
Well, I know it's a lot of phenomenal staff over there, but I got a couple more questions for you because I think that is also needed to be heard. There's a lot of obstacles growing up in the communities that we grow up in. How do you overcome those? How did you dare to be different and take some of the challenges? You know, and that courage, because I know it's a lot of peer pressures, a lot of things going on in the community. What was some of the things that helped you kind of steer and say, I want to, go to 100%. I want to do some things. What was that motivation like? Where did it come from? Was it just kind of family, or you had no choice? But how did you separate when there's a lot of people in the community that's doing other things? How did you get that courage to stand out and be different?
I feel like me personally, I come from my own place, and I know I was brought on this world to be different than other people. So I feel like even when I was younger, it was always hard. Like it's always been hard. Like still now to this day, it's hard. Even to like, do simple things. Like, you know what I mean? But I feel like my main goal is to really become somebody. And when you set goals for yourself, it brings the demeanor to want to do certain things. So I feel like my goals that I've already set for myself is what pushes me to become who I want to be in life. And that is a firefighter. Because honestly, I went a long way with trying to figure out what I wanted to do to work on, and you know what I mean, go to like college and everything. Is I want to be a firefighter. So when it comes to my demeanor, I want to set myself to a certain pathway to where I can do everything easy. Like as far as my applying to colleges, as far as my doing the essays and any type of work to get a scholarship, I want to make it easier for myself because, like I said, my life is somewhat hard. Like it's been like that. So why not make things easier for yourself? like that just brings the weight off you when you do things that is going to help you in the long run. And that's what I've been really putting in my brain and really trying to bestow in my life so I can really know and do the things I want to do.
Wow, phenomenal way to go to articulate that, young man. So proud of you. Keep up the good work. I got one more question. Now, see if the show have any questions. What are your future plans? Now you're going through the process. You're getting there. I want to know what you're trying to do, brother.
I'm trying to do a lot. Okay, so one of the things I am really trying to do, like besides firefighting in my lifetime, I really want to obviously graduate from high school and, get to live and travel. But I want to really invest in a lot of my time into wholesale real estate and getting into that era of business because I want to have a big house. You know what I mean? Like, I want to have a house and I want my family to have houses and I want to, you know, use my time on this earth to really make a difference for a lot of people. And even not my family, you know what I mean? Like people that I know or people that I don't know. Like, I feel like later on, I'm gonna really make a way to help people. And so,
Wow.
like, oh, you going?
No, go ahead. I was just gonna say that's phenomenal. I see Deborah Watkins put up in the chat that she's gonna reach out to Shell about the fire department. I have a connection over there. I know the firefighter program just started. One of our mentors from the Both Sides of Conversation mentoring program was kind of the last student in there. But I'll reach out to some of my connections that I know and see if we can get you on the list for the next phase when they come through. I'm glad to hear that. This is where community we have an opportunity to bridge together and help these young people reach their goals and dreams. And it started with the young man that we worked with to get in there, just putting his information out there and seeing what he's doing. And community reached out, and one of the Tabby Toner over at the San Francisco Fire Department reached out to him and got him in. And we'll try to do the same thing for you. This is what this is about: connecting the community, letting people know what your goals are, and how can we support you young people and get you to where you want to go and thrive in. So we just go keep doing it, young
Thank you.
brother. Yes, sir. Tachelle, you got any questions?
Yes. So thank you, Jermaine. You know, you're my fave. Because you're a hidden gem and you put it out there that you went to juvenile, I want you to be honest. When you were detained by the police officers, were you calm or were you irritated?
I was, oh, I was kind of like both. I was
Okay,
very, I was very calm throughout the whole situation because we already know how the story can go. So I was really calm and I was irritated, but I didn't really let the cops know I was irritated because uh I didn't want to seem like it was really an issue,
hmm,
and I didn't want to take it to where police or will shoot me. Like, you know what I mean? I didn't want to do that. So I really
correct.
came off as a real calm gentleman and really confused about the whole situation. And then as far as it went as me getting detained, the officers were like any other officers. I'm not even
Mhm.
gonna lie.
Okay.
But
Well,
but I feel like the way I came off throughout the whole situation, it was no way for you to be like, like this boy was really a threat. It wasn't.
correct.
I didn't come off it like that, and I would try my hardest not to come off like that because trust me, I didn't want to get shot. So
That is correct. I
that
wanted you
is
to say
it.
that.
That oh, okay, good.
Oh no,
That
I wanted you
is
to say that 'cause that is
yeah.
very important. Now, it was told to me by one of the mentors in juvenile that you wrote your statement. You wrote it on the front and the back, and you wrote multiple pages. Who taught you how to write, and why did you write out your statement?
Um, for one, you taught me how to write. I'm not even gonna lie.
Okay,
So
don't lie. And why
That's
do you
how
think so
that goes.
much?
You know, Mr. Cheryl really helped me teach me how to write for real, bro. Cause like I mean, I knew how to write, but I didn't know how to write. Like
Right, right,
literally, pen to the paper, right? And
right.
even typing.
Mhm.
But
So
yeah,
you
I have wrote that. I don't have it on me. Like I don't have it on
no,
me,
you don't
but
need to have it on you, but you wrote this statement and you went to you went in front of the judge and you had to do some house arrest. But at the end of the day, what did the judge say to you? Do you remember?
yes, I do remember
What did he say?
the day the day that the judge let me free. The judge told me that I didn't even seem like I was meant to be in jail. He told me, not they, he told me that me being in here was not good for me. He told me my grades that I had from when I went in to where I left out didn't show that I would do them type of things, which I didn't. He told me he wanted me to go and go through with everything that I know how to do. And that was go to school. That was go to college. That was get a good job. That was have a family. And so, you know, once I was let free, you know, it's just not right to not do the right thing. You know what I mean? So that's where I am today.
Thank you, Jermaine. And you are a prime example of why John and all the rest of them mentor at juvenile hall. You remained calm. You wrote out your statement. You got the charges dismissed. Your name is not even in the system, and you pushing the 3.0 and above. So I'm very proud of you, and thank you for delivering
Thank you
that
so much.
message to the community. All
Thank you.
right.
Yes,
We go
sir.
to
Thanks, Jermaine. Keep doing what you're doing, brother. You know I'm here to support you. Just proud of all the work you're doing.
Okay. Everybody have a blessed day.
all right. The next student, Jada, are you there? Awesome. Unmute yourself.
Oh, oh, can
Okay,
y'all hear me now and see me?
we can. I'm gonna read your bio.
Okay.
Jada has been a student in 100% college prep since she was a sixth grader. She amazes me every day. She is currently a sophomore at Lowell High School who has earned straight A's during the pandemic. Jada is an excellent writer, excellent reader, excellent scientist, and a wonderful mathematician. She is an all around merit scholar and headed straight to college, anyone she wants to choose. Jada, welcome to both sides of the conversation. John,
Hi.
How you doing, Jada? I'm so
I'm
proud
doing
of you,
good.
young lady. I'm gonna have to
Thank
hook you
you.
up with our Jada over here at both sides of the conversation because she is a scientist and you will be a great mentee for her to work with. So I'm gonna have to introduce you to our Jada because
Okay.
she's in school right now. She's in a NASA program doing some phenomenal things, and I'm going to connect you guys as well. But yeah, the same questions I'm going to apply to you as well. First, how are you? How you doing? And tell us a little bit about yourself, Jada.
I'm good. Something about me. Wait, could y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, my name is Jada. I was raised in a Bayview. I love my mom and dad, my grandma, my siblings, and I like to get good grades. Going to 100% has helped to get in help from like our tutors and just surrounding myself by other black students.
Phenomenal. Sorry, I know we're getting a little, you're breaking up a little bit. That's just one of the frustrations that I know our young people and community have been dealing with, especially in D10. And I know there's a lot of efforts to help fix that with fiber optics and trying to get some of this stuff fixed in our community. But again, community, she's a straight A student. And you know, these are some of the barriers that these young people have to deal with going to school to get educated, poor Wi-Fi signal, but they still able to do the things that they need to go forward and keep those grades up. So just want everybody to understand what's going on. And we just move into the next questions. What and who helped you succeed in school?
Um, I say Miss Michelle. she has helped me like from the beginning when she was my teacher. I was able to go to her and get help from her, and even if she didn't work at the school, I was still able to go to her and get help at 100%, and that was like really good because I'm able to get help and like I said, like I'm able to surround myself by others that's living in Bayview and going to 100%. That's like a good place to go and a safe place that we're able to go hang out at. So thank you, Mr. Shell.
You're welcome. So I'll translate for you, Jada, because I'm really gonna get this internet fixed. Kirk Davis, if you're watching, see what I'm talking about? Jada has been my student since the 6th grade. I took kindly to her because we grew up on the same street. She always will come to me and I will stop any and everything I do to help her because she needed to be reassured that she was already good at what she knew the answer was. And Jada did her homework every day, 6th grade through 8th grade. Jada was never absent, never late. She's an all around merit scholar. When the hub hit, her mother is a nurse and her father works. And so it's 2 of them in the home. They came to the hub. They did their work on the internet. Thank you to DCYF that gave us laptops. Thank you to the mayor that gave us school supplies. Jada was one of those students. The books that Cheryl Davis gave to us, Jada was the painter for the books. We used your artwork, by the way, Jada, on the website. Coming to the hub was very inspirational for Jada because she goes to Lowell, and Lowell doesn't have a lot of Black kids. For whatever reason, Jada was good enough to go to Lowell. And we made sure of that when we wrote that essay, right, Jada?
Yeah.
All the Willie Brown students can read and write very well. Check the numbers. Jada is one of them. So it's with great delight that we can go bowling. We can do anything you want with straight A's. We're going to Red Lobster too. So thank you, Jada, just for being that amazing student from Bayview Hunters Point, something that I studied, something that I looked forward to working with. You are it. Even though your last name starts with a Z, I'm going to sit all the way through every one of your graduations until you walk across that stage.
Phenomenal. And I mean, for community out there, this is why this segment is so great to highlight and praise our young people. Not only is she a straight A student, but in math. And, there's a stigma in our Black and brown community that our young people can't get the math, we can't get the science. And you are definitely breaking the barriers, doing what you're doing. And I want you to continue pushing through. I know there's been some incidents at Lowell that it was just outright wrong. And for you young people to continue to go to school and push through those type of barriers, as well as this internet and some of the other obstacles that you young people have to navigate through in your day-to-day life, but to continue to stay on the path of making sure that you're on the honor roll and doing the things that you need to do. Just want to say I'm proud of you and keep pushing. And don't let nothing stop you because you will make change, and you all will be the future of not only San Francisco, but beyond, making sure that you impact our community. With that being said, we're going to try to get this last part in without you breaking up. Tell the community what is your future plans with all of this great brilliance you have. What are you going to do to impact the world, Jada?
I want to go to like what I have planned for like my future, like what is like my career.
Yeah, for your career, everything. I want to know what you're going to do.
Oh, well, I'm an older sister, so I want to be like a big example for my little siblings, and I want to like graduate, go to college, and I want to just show them that they're able to do anything that they have the mindset to, and not just like my siblings, but like family and other people like in our community as well. Like they're able to do other stuff. So I just want to be one of those people that can show them like y'all can do it.
Phenomenal. I know you broke up a little bit, but I know you're about giving back and you're about the people, because I know that's the mission of our young people at 100%, making sure you give back. And that's something that's very important. But whatever your endeavors are, we're going to support you and do what we can do here at both sides of the conversation to support you on your journey. I'm just proud of you, phenomenal, phenomenal young lady. I'm just glad you're in the good hands and with the family and at 100%, making sure that you do continue to do what you do, impress upon the community and the people, and let them know that Black excellence is real. Black girls rock, and you're gonna do some things to change everything in this country one day. With that being said, Tashelle, we're gonna go ahead and I guess move on to the next young person here today.
Thank you, Jada. See you later. All right. So the next person will be DeJohn.
Oh, my brother.
This is DeJohn's final in San Francisco State Step to College class. His final is to be a professional scholar looking for money to go to college. So, DeJohn, good luck on your final. I'm your lecturer for today. I'll read your bio and then John will ask you questions, okay? All right. We only have one DJ at 100% college prep, and he brings his A game every day. He is brave, Black, bold, and he is our brother who understands inequalities and injustices. He started with 100% college prep at the start of the pandemic. He was referred by my great one, Messiah, who is currently at Southern University. He attended our Jumpstart program with Michael Gregory, one of our esteemed alumni, in the summer. And then he hopped directly into San Francisco State Step to College in the fall and the spring. As a result, he has improved his writing and college confidence, which has earned him the title of the Student of the Year with the Boys and Girls Club that has a scholarship attached to it. He has earned the San Francisco Achiever Scholarship and the Black Students of California United Scholarship too. DeJohn is also a student at Omega Alive and Free with Dr. Marshall. He has earned transferable units to his dream college. I hope he picks TSU. He attends Brothers Making Change weekly with Deontay and Javier, but more so, he has a dream to be a successful Black business owner, and I stand right behind you. I will be your first investment. John Henry is his mentor. So, John, kick it back to you.
Man, the gentle giant. That's all I can say. The gentle giant. Young man, you are phenomenal. I just wanted to give you all the praise as well as all the young people on here, but you especially, because a lot of times community don't see these stories. A lot of times people don't understand the experience of being Black in America, especially being young. Not only have you changed the narrative, I mean, you are doing things that we need more of our young brothers to see. Not only are you the man at 100% college prep, not only are you the man in San Francisco, you were California Student of the Year. You all over the place, all over social media. And, that's what it's all about. And community, supporting our young people, this is what it looked like. Young brothers taking a step, daring to be different, doing things that's not normal, because you have to be able to do that to function and maneuver. And I know there's a phenomenal, phenomenal group of people who are working with you, Dr. Marshall, Javier, Deontay, and a number of other people in the community. I was so honored and just to have the privilege to be able to work with you, mentor you. I know when you was going after those scholarships, I was coming down hard on you. I was being a little tough. I know a lot of times they was looking at me like, man, John, calm down. But you endured it, and that's what it's about. Being able to take the constructive criticism, being able when things are tight, and things are not always so comfortable, being able to perform. And I know Deontay told you this, and I know this is a common statement that's made around, proper preparation prevents poor performances. And that's all we want to do is just put that love in you and make sure you have the information and tools in your toolbox so that you can do the things that you need to do. And I just respect you, young brother, because with all what was going on and how hard I was coming on you, you still endured it, and you added those tools and put it in your toolbox. And just proud of you. And I heard you had some great success out of those interviews, receiving some scholarships. But I'm gonna let you tell the people because you put the work in, and that's what it's all about. Because again, it's about you making the difference. It's not about the family. It's not about the community. At the end of the day, it's about you. You have to make the decisions, and you've made a commitment not only to the community but to yourself to make the right decisions and do the things that you need to do to help impact not only your life but the community and this thing that we're calling changing the narrative. You are part of that story because it takes a lot of courage for a young man to do the things that you're doing, especially in the eyes of the community. Sometimes that don't get the highlighted stories of you, and that's why you're here tonight. So, DeJohn, come on up here, my brother, and talk to us. How are you doing today? And tell the community a little bit about yourself who might not know you. Turn your mic on. Can't hear you. Try it now. Go ahead. Try unmute yourself and try now. Yeah, I think your service. I think it's your service. Try it again. If not, go ahead and log out and come back in. DeJohn, we'll try to get you back up here. Some of the issues that we are dealing with. I can't wait. You know, we have all of these bills going around for infrastructure. I hope San Francisco will be able to take advantage of some of this infrastructure money. We have to get our fiber optics together. We have to get this Wi-Fi. We are here, and we should be thriving in front of a lot of these countries. And it's sad when other places are moving technology faster than we are. We should have it. But we'll try to get him back up here in a second. Phenomenal young man, and I definitely want the community to hear from him because he's a powerful, powerful young man. With that being said, while he's trying to log back in to Shell, if you want to go ahead and pull up Kevin, and we could go ahead and try to keep it moving. Let's see if Kevin could get some service here.
Hello, Kevin. Can you can hear me?
Unmute yourself, Kev.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Well, Kevin is also in San Francisco State Step to College class, so this too is his final. You all right, Kevin?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Me and Kevin had that relationship. Wait till y'all hear his bio. Kevin is a 6'3" distinguished do-it-all brother. His parents migrated to America from Sudan, giving Kevin the rite of passage to earn an education that will last him a lifetime. He bought and built his own computer just because he wanted to. His parents could not afford one, so he built his own computer. He too attends Lowell High School, plays basketball, works part-time, attends college because he is a freshman in college. He is a true representative of a Sudanian king, and it is with honor that I had to coach him towards his dream college so he can become a computer engineer. Now, in public school, I teach ethnic studies. I teach Black studies. I've never taught an AP class, but Kevin is my first student who earned a score of a 4 in an AP class for the principle of computer science. That is humongous for a Black man to carry while attending Lowell High School, which is a distinctive school based on writing and scores. But Kevin, you are greater than any Lowell student, you, Siobhan and Jordan, because you have college credits. So all the other kids graduating from Lowell, they do not have college credits. So thank you for taking the initiative to be better, brilliant, and way beyond your years. John, this is Kevin.
Man, Kevin, proud of you. Like I said to DeJohn, I know I was very intense on purpose when we was going through the interview process, working with you. You know, you have a phenomenal story background, and I just want to say, you know, um, I'm proud of you, man, and I heard some of the success that has come since our meeting. Just thankful to be able to work with you and get to watch some of the things that you're doing. Phenomenal young man. I'm just happy to have you here tonight. Keep doing the things you're doing. With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and ask you the same question I asked everybody else. First of all, how are you doing? And then tell the community a little bit about yourself.
Hey, my name's Kevin. I'm doing well. I am a senior at Lowell High School. I'm living in SF. I'm currently working part-time during this pandemic to, get some money while um for college while submitting scholarships and all. But overall, I'm doing well.
Phenomenal, phenomenal. One of the questions I do want to ask you: what and who helped you succeed in school? Because that's very important. I mean, just to hear Tashelle talk about you building a computer from the ground up, I'm like, where did you get that inspiration? Where did you get that knowledge? What drove you to do that? Because I think that's phenomenal. But the question is, what and who helped you succeed in school? But then you can answer the part about the computer as well.
I would say the people around me, my peers, also my community. Um, I think they impact how I see myself in school. Seeing them work hard, I makes me want to work hard, and I like to think 100% because they're a good resource place for doing work or applying for scholarships. They help me with applying for many scholarships and with the college process, and they help me like be stronger in my writing for the essays. There are many essays you have to write for scholarships and also for the college application process, and they're a good place. I I am thankful for the resources that they have there, and it really helped me a lot.
Phenomenal, phenomenal. I'm glad you on board with that and doing the things you do. Maybe you'll be the one to fix this fiber optic issue that we have in Bayview and find out how can we get this Wi-Fi and these hotspots to our community so that we can be a part of it. You might be the answer. Our young people are breaking ground, breaking things, being trailblazers and making things happen. Um, what are your future plans? I know we talked about you going to school for computer science, but is there any other things that you have in your future that you want to do? Let the community know.
Um, out of like out of like educational wise, I want to be able to help my community and the people around me. Um, I want to be the person that you'd like look up to, or you could hit up for like advice or something, or if you need help. Because I also I also needed somebody like that, and I have the community around me. Um, I know that you can't do everything by yourself, and although many people try it, if you have people behind you, somebody to look upon, somebody to have a shoulder lean on or something, if you have that person, it makes everything better. And I think that's that's what I want to be. I want to be able to help people with anything that they are going through.
Wow, phenomenal, phenomenal. Have you chose what school you're going to go to?
Don't tell them. April 30th. It's college signing day. Don't tell them. Don't
I
tell
tried to catch you off guard.
them. Don't tell him. But he got options, right? You got offers, correct? Tell him all the offers you got, Kevin.
Oh yeah, right now I have two offers, one from Sacramento State and one from Long Beach State. So those are my two places that I'm thinking of.
And what's
Cool,
your
cool.
dream school?
Can you repeat that?
What is your dream school? What is the college you want to go to?
My dream school would be UCLA, but right now, I know it's not a straight line. There will be obstacles, so um, my idea is maybe sometime down the line, maybe transfer into the school if that's really what I want to do. Like after what I like after going to like a different school.
Okay. And that
Well,
plan that he's talking about is called To and Through. So if you choose to go to a junior college, there are historical Black colleges and universities that will take you, less money, better experience. So there's always option. But Kevin, after the pandemic, we can take a plane to UCLA and take a picture in front of the school. I can take you there. But when you graduate, I'll be there.
Well, I mean, this what this platform is about, community. See, it might be somebody that's in the UC system like me. That I might make a connection for you, or it might somebody be somebody out there watching. This is what this is all about, and we want to make sure that community wraps our arms around these young people and use our network and some of the people that we know to get you where you want to go. If that's your dream school, maybe there's a UCLA alum on here that's watching. But I'm going to definitely make a few phone calls for some people I know, make some connections, maybe to the engineering department, and say, hey, I have a phenomenal young man, very smart. If you could build your own computer, I think he could do anything. So we're going to work together as community to make sure that we get you where you need to go. We'll reach out. There's some alumni that I know, UCLA. We need a computer science engineering person from UCLA. Reach out to me. We go get this young brother to his dream school so that he can do some phenomenal things for the community. And man, just proud of you. And I'm glad you took all my aggressiveness in our mentor and training for the scholarships. You did a phenomenal job. You had those gems and those tools in your toolbox. Don't give up. Keep pushing. We're going to do our part. And I'm going to try to reach out in my network and see if we can get some people that I know from UCLA to try to reach out to you and get you where you want to go, my brother.
And I just want to finish off and say thank you, Kevin, for driving to 100%, for sitting in my office for 4 or 5 hours, typing essays structurally, running them through Grammarly. Just thank you for doing the work. We're not an after-school tutoring program anymore. We're a deliberate writing center, a deliberate cultural impacting center. And your presence in the building on a Friday, you could be doing anything you want on a Friday night. But you attended college during the pandemic, you work part-time, and you do scholarships Friday night for 3 to 6. So just thank you for that.
Phenomenal young man. Thank you again. Hang in there. Let's see if we can get these y'all back on the mic. You work out your problems, brother. Let's see what you got. We're gonna get Kevin to come up there and fix your Wi-Fi, man.
Wait, yeah, can you hear me now?
We can hear you now. That's better, brother.
Okay.
Do you want me to read your bio again? You want to start from the top, or you want to just go on?
Yes, we gonna start from the top. No, he said.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
well, I'm gonna say it 50 times because you're the
You
star.
the man. We'll do it all over again for you.
All right, DJ, here we go. We only have one DJ at 100% college prep, and he brings his A game every day. He is a brave, Black, bold brother who understands inequalities and injustices. He started with 100% college prep at the start of the pandemic. He has attended Jumpstart to college in the summer with Michael Gregory and Step to College in the fall and spring with Ms. Tichelle. As a result, he has improved his writing and college confidence, which earned him the title of Student of the Year with the Boys and Girls Club that has a scholarship attached to it. He has earned the SF Achiever Scholarship and the Black Student of California United Scholarship too. DeJohn is also a student at Omega Alive and Free with Dr. Marshall. He has earned transferable college credits to his dream school, TSU, I hope. He attends weekly Brothers Making Change groups at 100% college prep. His dream is to become a successful Black business owner. John is his mentor. John?
Man, I can't say everything that I said the first time because I'm just going off the fly, but I will say welcome, gentle giant. Just happy to have you here tonight. I was telling Kevin the same thing. I know we was going through our run through for your scholarship. I was giving it to you rough, and you accepted all of it, and you did good. I heard you did well. Not only that, you are the city man of the city, the man of 100% college prep, but you also the California Student of the Year, and that is huge for a young man like you to do those type of phenomenal things. I know you have a lot of mentors, a lot of people working with you, family, and I just want to say welcome to the show, my brother. I'm proud of you. I'm proud to be in the presence of the gentle giant. Come on up here and talk to everybody. Tell us how you're doing, and tell everybody a little bit about you in the community who don't know anything about you.
All right. So thank you for that introduction, John, and thank you to Shell. Sorry for the like Wi-Fi issues I had a little earlier, but like they mentioned, my name is DeJohn. I go by DJ. I'm a senior at Gateway High School, and yeah, I've been pretty good as of recently. Just really working on school, uh, focusing on college where I want to go, and yeah, I plan to major in computer science at university. I'll be a first generation college student, so that's pretty exciting. And yeah, I'm just excited for what the future holds for me.
Oh man, phenomenal, phenomenal. I'm just happy to know that you're going into computer science too. You see all the issues that we have with Wi-Fi. Hopefully you learn something about that and you could give us some tips here in the city to fix this Wi-Fi issue and get these fiber optics for our community so we don't have to deal with it. The second question was, what and who helped you succeed in school?
Um, Something that I would say helped me succeed in school would probably have to be like my mom. Like of course my mom. I say her because like since a young age my mom kinda communicated to me like well my mom and my dad like tell me a lot of times like, oh, I want you to be better than me. And like my mom and dad didn't like even finish high school. So education has also always kind of been like a part of my mind. Like I feel like in order to be better than my parents or have more than my parents, one of the things I will have to do is, finish school. And also just like growing up, you hear about school a lot, you hear about prioritizing school. So that's like something I would say in terms of like somebody who has like really helped me in terms of school. And also, I would say Mrs. Shell has really helped me in terms of like wanting to want more for myself in terms of like my education, because like she said, I began the 100% program in the beginning of the pandemic, and like before that, I didn't really even know if I would be like successful in college, or I didn't even know if I wanted to truly go. And I didn't even know like I'd get into college. And I remember like the first time I've ever talked to Miss Tichelle, she called me and she's like, yeah, like we're gonna get you to college and you're not gonna pay anything. And like I don't know why, but it was that just felt like really motivating to me because it's like I didn't even know her. And before that, so for her to just call me out the blue and tell me like, we're gonna help you, we're here for you, and we're gonna do what we gotta do. And yeah, that just made me feel really good. And like even now, that little like piece of advice and all of that mentorship and like all that backing me up and support has really brought me a long way. And like you said, like student of the year and all of those other things, like I've really took that stuff in consideration really far.
Wow, phenomenal. And I just have to say tonight, man, you showing me up, man. You looking real good. A couple times I see you tie, you're looking real good, brother. I just have to say that. But yes, definitely, it's important for community to get behind our young people, as DJ just spoke about. How important it was to have that support and to building that confidence. I'm gonna ask you the same question I asked Jermaine, because I know you're phenomenal in school and doing your work. But how have you, you know, moved around these obstacles that happen with our young people in the community? I know you see a lot of young people your age doing different things that's not so productive. How have you managed to avoid the peer pressure and stand up and say no and do your own thing? Because I think that's something that a lot of people don't never really hone in on. We talk to young people about a lot of things, but we never talk to the young people who get it and ask them, how do you navigate it? Because I'm always trying to talk to the young people and figure out what is it that clicked with you that made you think, hey, I might not see it now, but I think it's something better over here for me than better hanging out with my friends. And how did you get that seriousness about yourself? Because a lot of young people, they don't take it always as serious. I know you got the height, you got a lot of things going for you. Now you're all over the place. You got a lot of distractions. How do you stay focused?
Yeah, so good question. So just like distancing myself from the peers or like people who, come from the same community as me, I feel like that came from probably just like my parents. Like, um, I feel like a lot of stuff was programmed into me, like you have to stay away from bad and you have to know what's right and wrong, or how little things can, turn into really big things. And like even like as a kid, I kind of was involved in like some of those, like things that can really turn into like some big things. But I feel like I just really wanted to become different. Like I knew that me, being in a hood or whatever wouldn't really get me far. It wouldn't get me where I want to go. And I just wanted to like I always felt like I was here to do something. Like I was here to like achieve something, and I didn't really feel like I achieved something there. And also I feel like I just always had like a really like great support system, whether that's like family members or teachers or like mentors. Like it's always been people there counting on me, and I feel like that support like really goes a long way. That's why I'm like I really like these programs, like both sides of the conversation 100%, because like sometimes people really need that support. And I feel like I needed that support, and through me getting that support, like I've gotten really far, and it just taught me a lot in terms of like distance myself, or even like noticing and pointing out people that maybe possibly getting me into trouble, or just like thinking about situations or the outcomes of situations before that even happens.
Wow, phenomenal, phenomenal. I know Tashelle has a couple things she want to say, but man, I'm proud of you, young man. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm proud of you. Just all I can do is just keep saying I'm proud of you. I'm honored. When you said, "Oh, John, I did it," I just was like, "Oh man," I didn't know what to do, man. I was smiling home. I had a bad day. And I was just smiling. And when I seen the banner up, Dr. Marshall had posted and sent it to me, man. Just proud of you, young brother. Keep doing what you do. Build some computers. Build the next generation of computer. Build your own Apple. But I'm gonna let Tashelle go ahead and ask you a couple of questions and stuff she wants.
So, DJ, when you became my student, we were in a pandemic and bad things were happening to people. Bad things were happening to Black men. So, if you would allow me, I would like to read your personal statement to the world because this is legendary. May I read it?
Yeah, you varied it.
Okay. Because we worked like 5, 6 hours on this, different time zones. Like we really worked hard. One thing I do is I teach Black kids how to write because my ancestors were not allowed to write. They were not allowed to speak. So now, since I have the privilege and the degrees, masters at that, I take the liberty to do this. And DJ, yours out of everyone's is the most phenomenal one. And I think because of what happened today, the world needs to hear it. So here it goes. Being bold. Depressed, down, and distant was the feeling I had most of my life growing up in America. I felt as if I had to work inside of a bubble where I could not expand on who I am and what I can do. I was born into a society in which their viewpoints and perception of me made me feel uncomfortable. I learned a valuable lesson in appreciating myself, my mental health, my memories that made me bold and better in high school. As a freshman, I felt disorientated and unmotivated in school and life. This took a toll on my well-being. I started struggling with depression, and with the way I felt, I was characterized by teachers and peers. For example, I started distancing myself and I ate lunch by myself. I wanted to be alone and not seen. I cannot wait for school to be over. As a result, I stayed to myself inside my bubble in hopes no one would find or bother me my freshman and sophomore year. I did not like going outside my home or my community for long periods of time. I always felt like all eyes were on me. I did not like to be watched or negatively judged, so I stayed home and hid from society inside my bottomless bubble because it made me feel safe. Some Black men in America are only heard or seen when they are making jokes or being defiant to law enforcement. Black men in America barely have a voice or a say on how public policy is run in America. Yet, Black men and women are killed by the police at higher rates than any other ethnicity for minor offenses. So when a Black man speaks up, we may be overlooked, semi-heard, as if we are joking, or murdered for being outside of our behavior bubble. It seems like everyone in my high school had this misconception of me as a Black student too. As a result, I entertained those misconceptions. During my sophomore year, I began to act like a different person so I can fit into society's viewpoints and perceptions of me. I became obnoxious in school, just to be the center of attention or to get noticed. I was chill, clowning around, and dating in carelessness, caring less about school. However, I did not like that feeling. It wasn't my natural self. I became inattentive in class, and I lost interest in competing and completing my schoolwork. I felt like I had to dummy myself down in order to fit into a viewpoint that did not match my true identity. As I entered my junior year, I challenged myself not to fit into society's viewpoint and perceptions of me. I took a survey on what my experience in science was, and I had the privilege of joining an AP chemistry class. My teacher, if I butcher her name, I apologize, but she is my favorite, Miss Amable, assisted me and guided me in order for me to understand the material. She was an amazing teacher, and she recommended me for 2 internship programs. My first and second internship was at the University of California Hospital. I refused to play into the viewpoints and perceptions of others. Since I was the only Black male in this internship program, I conducted myself professionally. I participated in science and health educational partnership, and I was asked to return for the summer research in the global health. Being nominated by my teacher pushed me way outside of my bubble. She saw something in me that I didn't see in myself because I was worried about other people's perceptions. This life experience helped me feel powerful again, like I had something inside of me that was special. I learned how to be brave and bold outside my bubble. This led me to a new type of motivation, and to this day, I still feel motivated. During my junior year, I redeemed my mental health and created better memories that displayed my true potential. Instead of feeling horrible, lonely, and down all the time, second guessing everything, I decided not to hide from reality and stop mentally beating up myself. My struggles with my mental health were not noticeable to my friends and family or teacher. Instead, ignoring my depression, instead of ignoring my depression, I challenged myself. I enrolled in AP honor chemistry in order to come out of my safety bubble and gain knowledge in a different environment. It was my first honors class that I've ever taken. I was nervous and shy, but as the class went by, I realized this class was rigorous and it was just right for me. Being around individuals who took their education seriously has fundamentally shaped my mental health and growth. As a senior in high school, I learned to make situations outside of my comfort zone. I have learned that everyone has mental issues due to society's impact on them, especially with this global pandemic. Sadly, mental health issues are part of our life now. So the life lessons we take from the hardship is the biggest test of our lives. Finding myself and what I was passionate about was tough. I am still in the process of learning who I am. This is why I want to attend college. I know I am motivated about and excited about computer science and all aspects of discovery of new things. Since I stepped out of my bubble, the light that I saw that came from within, I had to realize that mentally, I am mature and sophisticated. I'm a scholar seeking success.
Wow, powerful. That's another drop the mic. We've had a couple drop the mic moments on this show. And I think that was another one. Powerful statement there. This is why you're getting the praise and the love that you're getting, my brother. And I want to tell you that was a powerful statement. And I think one of the things that community needs to hear, see, that's courage, right? You're putting yourself out there to be vulnerable, to really express yourself. And a lot of time in the community, our young men's are the young males of the community are afraid to express themselves. And I give you the utmost respect and praise, because mental health is challenging for our young people. And I know a lot of times in the community, especially in the Black and Brown community, there's a stigma when it comes to mental wellness, mental health. And I keep pushing this issue with community, that we have to make this conversation and this talk about mental health cool. We need our influencers, our entertainers, our athletes, local people, our community leaders to really have a conversation about this mental health thing and how we could impact the community, especially our young people and some of the elders in the community. This mental health thing is real. I keep saying that mental health in America is far worse than the pandemic. And we need to invest in mental wellness and mental health like we did for this pandemic, because it's needed. And we need to educate people and get people that's culturally appropriated to come to our communities and work with our young people and understand some of these struggles and see some of these signs when you're isolating yourself or you're going through this. I mean, just you're just powerful, brother. You're moving me right now. I'm getting choked up for words, and that's hard because I think I've been pushing this, and just to hear you come on to tell that in your statement, I think is just phenomenal. And I think it takes young leadership as well. We talk about this thing, leadership in the community, and I think it takes brave and courageous young people like yourself to speak up about these type of things so that we can have a real conversation. And we're going to do our part here at both sides of the conversation for our young people. Before this is all over, I know in May we're talking about mental health, but we're going to have something for our young people to come on and talk about some of the challenges and the obstacles that you all face dealing with this pandemic, coming out of it, education, peer pressure, just everything, figuring out, how do we help you all? How do we support you all? How do we get these community services to the community, to our young people? And we have to have these conversations. I think you'll be a great leader on this, because I do want to have conversation with our young people about this, because we also in community need to hear from you all. And we have to understand, I keep talking about some of the leadership and the elders in our community. We have to listen to our young people. Because a lot of depression, anxiety, and some of the things that our young people are facing, sometimes we're not tuning in. A lot of times in our community, we're so focused on the things that we need to survive that we forget about our young people. And you touched me with that statement there that you wrote. I mean, powerful statement. And I hope communities see that our young people, they do care and they are aware, because a lot of times, the community don't understand our young people. But here was a young man who took the courage to come out and talk about some of the things that he's had to overcome and deal with, and to be on the honor roll and do the things that you're doing and to go into computer science. Sometimes we only see that. And I think we have to do our part, and that's what we're going to do here at both sides of the conversation, to also talk about some of the struggles. We hear about the success too much, and we don't really hear enough about some of the struggles. And I think that's part of the testimony part. I know we in our community are very religious folks at times, and we talk about the testimony, but I think having these testimonies are very, very important, especially when it's coming from young people like yourself, young leaders. Great young leaders. You guys are watching the California Student of the Year right here. I mean, that is just exciting, man. I mean, and to come out, and to come out of San Francisco, coming out of 100% college prep and coming out of Bayview, phenomenal. And not only here, there's some phenomenal young people across this Bay Area and across this USA that are doing phenomenal things. But just to have you work with you and understand some of the things you've been through and to come to where you at, man, just proud of you again. And I'm lost for words. Just phenomenal young man.
Let me help you, John. So I want to let everybody know that at 100% college prep, we understand how to work with the youth. Been doing this all day, every day. But it's the comments that I want him to pay attention to. DJ, do you see what my mentor, Deborah Watkins, said? This is phenomenal. When we wrote the paper, didn't I tell you, trust the process? Give me a hit. Let's do these transitions. Trust me, because the people who taught me, they depend on me to teach you. And the process of writing, did you do this overnight or how long did it take? Tell the truth.
Couple of days. Well, not even days, weeks.
Weeks. This is not an easy task. John, if you can bring Kevin up to the stream, if he's still there too, because John's been waiting for y'all to get on this platform, because Black men, they don't know what it takes to get to where you are. So right now, for the next 5 minutes, Kevin, when you wrote your personal statement, how long did that take? I think he's muted.
You gotta unmute yourself, Kev.
It took me a few days.
A few
Maybe
days.
a week about.
And y'all just finished the Alpha Phi Alpha Scholarship. Did y'all do that on a computer? How did y'all do that? Tell the world how you did that Alpha Phi Alpha Scholarship.
By hand.
With a paper and a pencil?
Yeah, well, pen, yeah.
Oh, okay. And then, Kevin, what did you need? What was missing from your application? Do you remember? You just sent it to me 2 days ago.
Nah.
What letter was missing?
Oh, a letter array.
What is that?
It's basically one of your teachers that you're close with, or anybody you're close with. Like they say good things about you, basically.
How many letters of recommendation do you have, Kevin?
Like three. I'd like to say.
You have 3 letters of recommendation?
Yeah.
3 letters of recommendation, Black boy from Lowell, 6 feet 3 inches tall, and the teachers, y'all can't write letters for me? I'm just saying, I'm just asking. I'm not pointing fingers, but he been there 4 years. DeJohn, how many letters of recommendation do you have?
7.
About 7.
Yeah.
But don't worry, Kevin. You're going to get everything that you earned. Writing essays and being able to articulate yourself as Black men in today's society, I'm more proud of you than I am the other 38 students behind you. Carrying a caseload during a pandemic of 40 students. Y'all came to class twice a week. Y'all did the work. Y'all have more essays in the last 6 months, and it's just going to continue in college. But writing is 95% of college. Trade school, where John went, he had to go to college too. We crossed each other at college. He has to know how to put things together with his hands mathematically. So whatever people choose to do, 100% college prep is for the youth, and we work with our alumni. So when y'all graduate, you're going to come back. You're going to give back, because that's what you're supposed to do as Black kings. I'm very, very proud of you. And April 30th is your college signing day. You're going to let the world know what colleges you accepted, because they offer you stuff, and it's up to you to accept what they give to you. And if the package is right, if the scholarships is cool, we're going. But we are not going to be in $80,000 debt. Not when we're trying to have Black businesses, right? Who does that? Well, that's all I wanted to say, is how proud I am. And I wanted to put them on your platform, because you said, where are the Black men at 100%? Kevin, DeJohn, and Caleb. Caleb won the superintendent award scholarship. So we have the best phenomenal men in 100% college prep, and they're going to show out.
Man, phenomenal. I'm so proud of you, young brothers. And like I said, I'm just, happy to be a part of you all. And you all let me work with you. And, a lot of times I'm a little rough, because I want the best for you guys. And I feel like if I give it to you rough, you're going to walk in there, you're going to be successful easy. But both of you, man, just phenomenal young brothers. Keep doing the things you need. We need young leadership. We need young brothers from the community to show out like you all are doing. And just keep doing the things that you're doing, because it's very powerful. And you guys are going to be able to change that narrative that we're trying to change in our community and beyond. And just don't give up and don't quit. DeJohn, you've been over some obstacles. Kev, you've been through your obstacles. There's going to be many more obstacles. Just one thing I just want to say is just don't ever give up. It's always gonna be curveballs. It's gonna be a lot of things you're gonna have to deal with as black men as you start moving further along with education and into the professional realm. But just stay focused, man, because I understand some of the struggles, some of the inequities, some of the things that we have to deal with as black men. But I want you guys to lead by example no matter what happens. You got to keep pushing through so that the young brothers behind you have somebody that they can look up to and be motivated to keep going. So just want to thank both of you all for the phenomenal job you're doing. Make us proud. Go knock down and slay all the dragons that you're going to slay in your future. And we just go keep pushing this thing through. But before we go, because you are the last two, I want to pose a question to you all. You guys heard me in the opening. Today was the verdict of the police officer who killed George Floyd. It was a guilty verdict. I just want to hear from you two young brothers. How does that make you feel now that you heard the results? What would you like to see moving forward, or whatever you guys have as far as comments? How does it make you feel? I just want to know from you all perspective. I'd like to hear from the young people. If it affects you, don't affect you. Just want to hear from you and get you both thoughts. So whoever want to go first, go ahead.
I'll go first. So I'd say it made me feel or have some type of like I say closure in a sense because I feel like in a lot of situations in terms of like police brutality, we see like the officers get laid off or like just little stuff, but they don't really get charged. So I feel like it was kind of like refreshing in a way to see like that this man murdered George Floyd and that he got the repercussions because of that. Um, so yeah, but I also feel like just because this happened, doesn't mean it's like the end of that. Because sadly, I know it'll still happen. Like even a couple of weeks ago, what happened with Dante, right? This is still happening, and I just hope that like this just sparks some change. Like I don't know. I just hope that this will be like some kind of difference in terms of what happens from here on out. And I just really want everything that's happening to change.
All right. Kevin, you want to jump in there?
Yeah, I think the verdict gives people hope. Uh, it gives hope that there could be some change in the future if we push for it. Uh, I think that it's not gonna be the. I hope that this will be an example like for all the people that feel like they have been wronged and the cops that have wronged them are like going free and doing living life however they please and like nothing happened and the families that are victims of whatever they did is are grieving and I think it gives people hope to a better day.
Man, phenomenal. That's why we have to hear from you young people, because it's very important. And as emotions and things happen, I always like to hear from our young people, just see where you all are at. Definitely, it's a relaxing feeling just to have a little bit of that pressure to relieve. And like you said, we're not there yet. There's still a lot of changes that need to happen. There's definitely some policies and things that still need to be put in place to hold some of these people accountable who do these type of things in our community and to our people. And we just gonna keep working together with our young people and the elders of the community to come together in solidarity and make sure that we keep pushing our legislative people and get some of these bills passed that's going to really affect the community. And man, just happy to have you young people on there and giving your perspective. But again, hopefully, when you're walking down the street, you can feel a little bit better because some accountability is happening, and I think the awareness is out there because we would hate to see something happen to our young people or any one of our young people in the community. But I just hope you all keep walking with your head up. Everything is not going to go in your favor in your way. We still have a a long way to go before we get some equality and equity in this country, whether it's in the workplace, whether it's in the community, whether it's through the policing, or whether it's through our education educational system. We still have a long, long way to go. But again, self-care is everything. Continue to just do the things that you both need. You are headed on a major mountain journey, especially the programs you're going to go into. Very heavy, intense. But I know you all have the capability to succeed. You guys been through enough struggles, but definitely self-care is important. Watch yourself, make sure you're eating, resting well. But I have all the faith in the world that both of you all are going to create a computer one day, or you guys are going to do something breakthrough. And I'm going to say, I know that young man, and they are doing some phenomenal stuff. And anything that we can do to help support you, we will. And I'm looking forward to the signing day because I want to know what colleges you both choose to go through. Just proud of you both. Continue to keep doing the great work that you're doing, and keep changing that narrative for our community. Let them know that Black men are rising, and Black men are capable of excelling in the educational realm. So just proud of both of you all, and just keep up the good work. Tashelle, you have anything last?
I just want to say thank you, John, for letting Step to College use your platform to illuminate our personal statements and who we truly are. DeJohn and Kevin, thank you. Thank you. I text you your grades already. Basically, your final is over. Go to sleep. See you Friday. We got that Suchi scholarship to turn in, and we're done.
Proud of y'all.
Thank you.
You welcome.
All right. With that being said, that was our two last you for tonight. We're going to go ahead and start wrapping up this segment. Phenomenal young people community. I hope you appreciate it. I know we hear a lot of stories about the young people who are not doing right in our community, and sometimes it's some sad news that we hear about our young people. But tonight, you was able to be blessed with some young people who come from the community, has doing some phenomenal things. Epic conversation night. Glad to see our young people. I know a couple of them had the Wi-Fi issues. Sorry about that. You know, we're going to continue to fight through to try to fix these community communication issues. But there's infrastructure money out there. There's things that's happening. There's some plans being put into place, and hopefully in the future, the connectivity and the Wi-Fi will get better so that we don't have those issues on our show moving forward. But again, we can't do anything about it. We just have to roll with the punches, make lemonade out of the lemons that we have. But just phenomenal young people on here today. With that being said, we're going to move into our next segment this Thursday. We have a phenomenal guest coming on to educate community about workplace development and some of the workplace stuff that they're going to be educating the community on about these jobs and these opportunities and how to get them. So we have a phenomenal guest coming on from YCD to educate community. So we're looking forward to this educational Thursday, this Thursday, and then Sunday. We're going to have a phenomenal conversation. We're going to have our Black educators come on. We're going to talk everything about education, the good, the bad, the ugly, the real, what needs to happen, the changes. We have some phenomenal guests. Let me just say, if you missed this Sunday, you're going to be upset, but you can watch it again on YouTube. But we have some phenomenal guests. I met with a couple of them today. Oh, man, the backgrounds and just the passion that they have for community. We're going to hear from our educators about what needs to happen. It's going to be a powerful 2 hours, and it might go a little long. I'm going to tell you now because this conversation is needed. Definitely during this pandemic, there's been a lot of things that's been happening in our educational realm. And again, some of these Wi-Fi issues you see now, there's been some gaps in learning. And coming out of this pandemic, we're going to get to talk to our educators to find out what they think from their backgrounds, what we need to go, what we need to do as community, because it's going to take community to fix these educational issues. And it's going to take us to do the things that we need to do to make sure that our young people get the educational needs that they need. And I think this Sunday's conversation at 2 p.m. is going to be phenomenal. So I hope you all will be able to join us. And then next Tuesday, we're going to have another Hidden Gem segment like tonight with some more phenomenal guests and some Black and brown business owners supposed to be tapping in, as well as some community people that's doing some phenomenal things. So looking forward to that. And then, like I said earlier, there's a lot of things coming down the pipeline for both sides of the conversation here. The impact that we're going to be doing with the community, some of our community organizations, just getting this information out to the community is going to be very powerful. I know community's been asking a lot of questions about some of the organizations, what's going on, resources. And I know we keep announcing that there's a lot of resources coming to community. And I'm just happy to be a part of getting this information and uniting the community, uniting some of the organizations, and also helping the organizations for some of the things that they need as well. It's our job. And you guys can hold me accountable because it's part of my job to make sure that we're doing our part here at both sides of the conversation to help change the narrative and let everybody hear what's going on from our voices. And making sure that the stories and the things that's going on in our community are being told and heard from people from our community and to our allies and beyond. And I think it's going to be phenomenal. Some of the work that we're having, collaborating with a lot of the community organizations is going to be just phenomenal moving forward. So just looking forward to that. Thank everybody for tuning in tonight. This is our Hidden Gem segment. Tonight was our young educated, young students, phenomenal young men and ladies tonight. Just looking forward to see what their futures produce. We're going to continue to follow them and watch them as they go through their journey in the educational realm. I'm just proud of them. Continue to support our young people. You guys know me. I'm going to do my part. I'm going to keep putting all my heart and energy into our young people, into community, into our elders, into our organizations, into our Black and brown businesses. You guys that know me know I'm all about supporting and making sure that we uplift and change this perception and change some of the negative stigma that we get in our community. We will make the change, and we're going to do it one day at a time, working together. So thank everyone for tuning in. We'll see you this Thursday. Have a blessed evening, and still prayers out to all of the families out there, that have been affected by police brutality, and continue to pray for people in our community. There's a lot of people in our community who are going through personal issues, different issues, and we just want to make sure that we continue to pray for them as well, because a lot of people don't say anything, like the young man said in his statement, and we just also need to pray for those young people and people that are going through things in our community. So with that being said, good evening. We'll see you all this Thursday. Have a blessed one.